Welcome into the channel. Today, the old man and I are going to talk about a game that we played together recently. Far Cry 6 by everyone's favorite developer, Ubisoft. So, we've played The Division 2 this year, so we said, hey, why don't we kill two birds with one stone and see what else Ubisoft has put out in the past. Now that they're going under, might as well see if they're worth saving, right? And voila, Far Cry 6. Why don't you introduce yourself, old man? Why don't you give us a little backstory in the game and how things, your first impressions?
My first impression. Wow, I got the floor right now. Okay, so Far Cry 6. Far Cry 6 is another game by Ubisoft. It's another Far Cry. Do they remember the secret recipe that made Far Cry 3 great? I think that's lost to time. So Far Cry 6 is an open world experience where you can run around and where is it, like a South American island chain or something? So the story kicks off and you got Gus from Breaking Bad, and he's got the cure for cancer, and he can only make it on his island, and he is a kind of an authoritarian jackass who, he's holding out. He's not going to give it to America. Yada, yada, yada. He's just kind of a bad guy, and he's got his son, and his son, he wants him to grow up just like him, just like good old Gus. And it starts off with our character, Danny, and he is in the midst, is he in a revolution, or what's going on? During the crackdown, right, of Gus?
Yeah, he's trying to take over the whole government. An authoritarian crackdown. So he's going through and just killing dissenters, if you will.
A good old-fashioned authoritarian crackdown is going, and your character, Danny, is thrust into the chaos, and suddenly you are a part of the revolution!
Mm-hmm.
Unwittingly,
that's right.
though. He doesn't want to be there to begin with, but as the story progresses, more stuff happens. So, either way, that all sets up the same game that you played 1,000 times from Ubisoft. So my first impression with the game, you're unleashed into the open world, and I had a little bit of fun to begin with, and then it got stale really quick after the 5-hour mark. Is that your impression too?
Yeah, that's the stupid part about this game is I came in and I had a good time for about the first 2 hours. We drove around and we're just hitting people with the cars and driving up and, driving through some horses, hitting horses and people. The first open world gaming shit where you get a car and you're just kind of whipping around, clearing checkpoints and things like that. And then after that kind of wore off, driving around, hitting civilians with cars and running down horses, well, then you realized you had to do the main game. And the main game is exactly what you've played before. If you played Far Cry 4, 5, or any of the other ones that I can't remember whatever else they made.
Yeah, so Ubisoft is a one-trick pony these days. They have these little nuggets of games that were really good at some point, and then they just keep beating the same drum but worse. Mm-hmm. It's just like they're beating the same drum for years, but it's just getting worn down and just losing its sound, and it's like, oh my god, they fucked it up. So this game it's Far Cry 6. I mean, I guess let's start with that's kind of my framing of the whole thing. So let's just start. What do we like about it? What's good?
Everything here should work because Far Cry 3, what I liked was that it was on an island, right? And I think Far Cry should always kind of be like in islands and things like that because it just feels right. Maybe it's my nostalgia for Far Cry 3. So you got the island, so okay, this should work, right? And then you're just, I don't know, what did you say? What do I like about it?
Yeah,
I like the gunplay. The gunplay was fine.
Tight. Yeah.
Far Cry gunplay always is loose and feels like crap. But this one, they tightened it up. Far Cry 5, I was annoyed by the gunplay. But this one, they said, hey, maybe we should actually tighten this up because it shouldn't feel so sluggish. That's what I liked about the game. I like that. I like driving around and, hitting horses and stuff with the cars. That's funny.
Sandbox
just to see it go flying.
Fun, yeah.
Yeah, the sandbox stuff. Like driving into sometimes there's these events on the open world where there's some military guy and he's got a civilian down on the ground and he's gonna execute them. So we just drove through them with the car. That was funny. I mean,
It was, yeah.
you get yelled at for killing civilians, but that's just kind of part of the fun too. I don't know. I guess that's what I liked. I'm trying to think anything else.
I kind of like the idea of they added like a GTA wanted system into the game where they chase after you if you were that's kind of fun because that encourages some more sandbox stuff outside of the outposts and shit you're supposed to do. Like the more you kill civilians, the angrier the government gets, ironically. It doesn't quite make sense, but hey, whatever.
Because they were killing civilians themselves.
Yeah.
I like the Supremo thing. You get that rocket pack. That was nice
yeah.
because you could take out tanks and helicopters. I like that it was co-op.
Yeah,
That's
the
cool
co-op's
that
a big plus.
Yeah, they always do that ever since Far Cry 3, and that's kind of it.
I had one more thing I liked, and I liked because I like it in theory is the weapon attachment system, how everything's really scrappy. But I think they handled suppressors in an interesting way in this game. Like, it's a really niche thing, but, like, if you shoot your gun too much, your suppressor overheats, and then you go loud. So I thought that was kind of a neat idea in a better game, maybe? I don't know. You just go in... The stealth sucks anyway, so it doesn't really matter, but I thought that idea was kind of cool.
Well, yeah, the stealth is... You don't even need it. You just run in, destroy the reinforcement call and just go loud. That's what we did.
Yeah.
But,
so let's talk about things we didn't like then.
Yeah.
And that's
what I was just going to say.
It's
a longer list.
They fucked up the open world so bad. So Ubisoft, they're trying, every time they create a new game, it's like they forget the recipe. The thing about Far Cry 3 I liked was that the outposts were clear, it was understandable, and I could just go from outpost to outpost, and you could do it, like, there was an emphasis on stealth, or, like, there was a clear delineation between stealth and going loud, and stealth always seemed preferred. I always liked that in Far Cry games, because there weren't many first-person stealth games like that, especially at the time, so it felt cool, like, going through and stabbing guys and hiding the bodies, but what do you need to hide a body for in Far Cry 6? Like, Jesus Christ.
It was leftover code.
Yeah, it was. Because this game, it's literally... I'm not a programmer, a game developer, but I'm pretty sure this is the same engine from Far Cry 3, because this game looks dated as hell. It's one of the ugliest PS5 games I've ever played, or next-gen games, you know? It looks terrible for today.
That's what you were saying. Well, you could have downloaded the HD... pack, and then your download size would have been 170 gigabytes for a Far Cry game.
Yeah, for a game that's ultimately, like, boring.
Yeah, that's the biggest problem here. I got another thing that was left in here from Far Cry 3, 4, 5. It was the hunting. Why are there even animals out here? You don't even have to do anything with them. You could say, oh, you guys didn't play far enough to, you can cook the meat and stuff like that and get some stat bonuses. Well, you don't even fucking need the stat bonuses because we went through the whole game without even using that system.
I didn't even know that was a system.
Why do we need to hunt
thing?
There is. Yeah. If you can upgrade your
though?
Camp. Yeah, you can upgrade your camp and then you can, like, cook. You can cook some food to get some stat bonuses. Like,
great. I don't care. Who cares? I just go around blasting with the guns anyway, or hitting a hyena or whatever with my car. I don't know what animals are out there.
Yeah, there were animals out
care.
there. It's stupid. It doesn't make sense because in the past, like Far Cry 3, you'd have to kill certain animals to get upgrades so you could hold more ammo and stuff like that. You don't have to do that anymore because that's too samey. So they wanted to spice it up by just having stat bonuses, I guess. I don't know what the stat bonus were. Maybe there was one that made you run faster because fucking A.
Because you got a whole map to go over.
Okay?
Yeah.
The map is a hit and miss for me because it's massive, but that means there's a lot of stuff to do. But then again, the things that you're doing aren't really that interesting. You just kind of run around shooting shit. And then when you lose your transportation, you're going to have to run. So all we did was put on the parkour suit and just do it that way. At least you ran faster. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's always a hit and miss in open world.
Yeah, and I hate mountains in open world games. It's just dead
God,
space,
yeah.
you know? Like, the whole
I don't know why
east
there always
side...
needs to be...
Yeah, the whole east side of the map was just like... It's just mountains, and it's like, oh, this is just terrible to traverse, and I don't know, it's just not fun in games, and we'll get into that more with other mountain games, but they really screw things up. I don't know.
They do. You just want to get a helicopter and fly over, which is what we did. So
yeah,
that's one way around it.
The whole thing with the map, I had the same problem that the Division 2 had, where I look at the map and there's so much crap on it, but it's all so confusing. It's like, where are the outposts? You know, like, what am I supposed to be taking over? So there's just stuff everywhere, and I was confused the whole time because it was like, what am I, like, outposts in the old game, it was an icon on the map. You go there, you take it out, it turns green or whatever, and you move on. Like, but I didn't feel any map progression at all where it was like, oh, I feel like I'm taking this place over, you know, this is fun. Mm-hmm. But no, it just
like
is
clawing back.
Yeah,
clawing back shit for the revolution. You don't ever feel like you're like hurting Gus in any way. You're just kind of, he took his checkpoints. They're just road checkpoints. Okay.
Yeah, they butcher the outposts because they're all the same layout too. They don't even have like
yeah, they are.
Like there's a couple of spots here and there that you take over. I don't really know which ones they were, but the outposts are like filler, like the checkpoints are filler outposts, if that makes sense. Like they're just sprinkle them in there and that'll be good. Like it was so boring and so lazy feeling.
No, I agree.
You get that? Yeah, you got that too?
They had some missions where it was kind of like outposts. I remember when we were raiding some lady's like rum distillery. That's kind of like an outpost a little bit, but it's not like something that it's just on the open world that you can go over and capture like you used to. They were trying, right? I don't know. I mean, it's weird. You don't want it to be too similar to the last game, but it is like a Far Cry, Assassin's Creed staple to have these like places you can go in and liberate and take over, because that's how they do their progression. So it's weird that it isn't there.
Well, I think they should have
Far Cry game.
They should have just doubled down on what they're good at rather than ruining this. Like, have it still be Far Cry, but make it like more interesting. Be better at level design, do better stealth, make it great. You don't need to like try and innovate by making it yourself third person at your own camp. Like, what the hell was that? It was just pointless. I don't know what that was.
Yeah, I don't know why it had to be third person at camp. That was weird, but something else that they took out from Far Cry, which is always a staple, is the skill system. They just took that out. You don't level up. You don't unlock new skills or anything like that. You kind of just have what you have. Not like in an Assassin's Creed Brotherhood way where you know what you have, because in Far Cry you never really know unless you have the skill system there. So you can still jump down and like assassinate people from above, right? And I guess that's the only skill point thing that I can remember from Far Cry. That was like one of the big ones you unlocked.
I thought you you're not going to go stealth anyway, or something. So. Yeah, stealth
I don't know if
is
you
just
could do
who cares?
That.
Yeah. Who cares about the
so
stealth?
So they just took that out. They said no skill system. Instead, we'll give you these Supremos, which are like ultimate abilities in like Apex or Call of Duty with your equipment or whatever they call that, field equipment. So you get the charge, and we just use the first one you get because it's so good. Shoot rockets out of your back, which is cool.
Tanks down and stuff with that. It's like, I don't need anything else other than this. I'm not going to shoot poison gas at them now. No, I got a rocket. Yeah. Like, whatever. I don't care.
Rocket's good enough for me. So, yeah, I don't know why they got rid of the skill system. I guess they wanted to innovate. Is it better or worse for it? I don't know. I just thought it was going to be there.
I think they switched it with the gear system, which just turned everything into a collect-ithon, right? Like,
yeah, you said it felt like the Division 2's equipment system. And, I mean, the equipment does give you perks. Like, I don't know why, but the parkour thing, like the boots or whatever, it's like, oh, you got to slide and then you get a speed boost. Just give me the speed boost, because I'm going to be sliding constantly, okay? Just give me the speed boost.
This isn't a high skill, high ceiling game. It's just Far Cry. Like, there's no need to overcomplicate it with all this junk.
Yeah.
Like, I just want to go from outpost to outpost, clearing it out, and feel like I'm a part of a revolution in this game. Is it that hard? Can we get a cool outpost in the city? Like, that's the coolest thing that they had, but they squandered, was they had a little section of the map, which was like a city. And I was like, oh, this is going to be cool. Like, there's going to be cool outposts in here, and I'm going to be able to sneak around the streets. No, it's just you just walk around the city, and there's nothing in it. And there's just a couple of guys here and there that you could kill, and then you move on. Like, They totally
Yeah.
butchered that part of the map. Like, they screwed it up.
Right, because it's like the final part of the map, and it doesn't even feel like daunting or anything like that.
Yeah, you just
But
walk in. It's like, whatever.
I got two more things I want to talk about. I want to talk about this first one. It's not as big as the other one, but in the last mission, you're forced to do this stealth section, and like we were playing and we were running and gunning, so maybe it's on us, but the stealth section was bullshit because you're walking around killing guys and whatever, but you're in a house or like a mansion. And if one guard sees you, you pretty much fail the mission and have to redo the section. It just felt really heavy-handed when the game is saying, oh, you can do whatever you want, tackle this however you want. But now they're saying, oh, you can only do stealth at this part. I just thought that was bullshit, okay?
Yeah,
That,
it was
that's
really
what I
annoying.
wanted.
Because we did the
That
whole
was
game,
stupid.
whatever way we chose to go loud the whole time because it didn't matter. And then suddenly it's
Yeah.
like, oh, you got to be stealthy now. And it was like, okay, I guess I'll learn the stealth mechanics on the last mission now. I know it's the same
Yeah.
ones, but it felt even worse somehow. But it's like, okay, I guess we'll do this. And then we had to replay it a few times because there was some cheap level design things where a guy could see you through a door, and it's pretty lame.
It was lame. And the other one, which, I mean, I just want to say that the writing / characters are very, I don't want to be like, I don't know how to say this without sounding like offending someone. It's, people bitch about the new Saints Row, okay? They say that one's so progressive and like pushing shit in your face. This game is more along the lines of what people say that the new Saints Row was. They have their cast of characters, and they have all people represented, which is fine. That's fine. But, like, I don't know, is Far Cry really the game you should be pushing stuff like this in? It's fine. I'm not like, it's weird because I just, like, do we need, like, this
It felt more
interaction between, like,
heavy-handed in this
yeah,
game.
like, it doesn't add anything is the problem. It just is like, oh yeah, we're pointing out that trans people exist and they're here on this island. It's like, okay, that's fine. Am I supposed? It doesn't add anything. I guess maybe it's not supposed to add anything. It's just a person. But I don't know. It was like, okay, we have our leaders of every single faction. So you're trying to get the factions together to rise up against Gus, right? And all the leaders, and this isn't like a anti-feminism thing. They're all women. Like, one was like this like young lady, and I get it. Like, people would rise up, and anyone can be a leader, but like, where's like, I don't know, the dudes and stuff. I don't know. I don't want to come off sounding like offensive or anything like that. I just was wondering, where's like any strong male characters? That's all.
Yeah.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. You know, it just felt. I think the ultimate point is that the people gave a lot of shit to Saints Row for doing this, but I played both of them. This one felt a little more heavy-handed, where they were pointing things out, and it was like, okay, where's this going? Why are we spending so much time on this when we're supposed to be like playing Far Cry? You know, I'm watching the cutscenes, and they're talking about, like, I don't know. It just felt weird because there's like a point where these two characters, like, it weaved into the story, and it just felt stupid with this one where it was like this lady was like a DJ, and you were like throwing like a rave at I don't even know who it was. It was like one of the bad guys like mansions, and I was like, I had to like defend it. They were still playing music, and there were guys coming up, and I was shooting them,
Yeah.
and I was like, what the fuck am I doing? You know, it's like, this is the revolution. We're gonna have a dance party at a manor, like, yeah. And that's the other thing I wanted to, this kind of weaves in a little bit, is the tone of the game is kind of weird. I didn't quite understand it. Like, was I supposed to be like, it felt goofier than other Far Cries. Normally they take themselves really
yeah.
seriously, but this one, it feels like they lifted the tone from, like, what's his name? Rico from Just Cause. That's like, they took Rico and they made him the main character of the game. But it's like weird because he's like quippy, and he's like, oh, whatever, you know, I'm gonna have some fun with this. You got like a dog with like the wheelchair, or the wheels on the back. You got like a gator as your friend. But then in the same time, you're dealing with like Gus, who's like a hyper serious villain, and he's like
he's like
making his kid torture people. And
right. That's what I was gonna say. He's taken people from the revolution and now he's like executing them. But we're also having this weird like rave at somebody's house, and it feels more like Saints Row should have been what I was expecting, because everyone said that was so bad, but that wasn't like this. Saints Row was always goofy. Yeah, like
that's why.
Even that Saints Row wasn't. Yeah, the new Saints Row isn't even as goofy as it gets in the third and fourth either. It's more grounded. I can't believe I'm fucking defending Saints Row, but the new one, that is.
We'll talk about that one. Don't worry.
But I don't know. It's just weird because Far Cry's, like you said, it's always been totally more serious. You think back to like the guy from Far Cry 3, do the same thing over and over, Vaz or whatever. That's scary. That guy's scary. Gus isn't really scary. He's more like a cartoon character. And everyone seems just like a cartoon character. Everyone's just like one thing. Like the legend guy, he's just arrogant and brash, and he's just a soldier. The CIA or Russian guy, I forget what he is, he's just he just likes to fight. He just likes to do revolution stuff. But I mean, and Gus has a little more depth. He's sick, and that's his only depth. It doesn't really matter. That doesn't have a payoff.
That's the thing too, is that you're dealing with Gus. He's got the cure for cancer, which is like a deathly serious topic. Like, it's so serious, and then you're throwing a rave in a manor. It's like, what is happening in this game? And it's like, am I supposed to be having fun with this? And then the other thing with Gus is he has like, his character's like okay, I guess, but he has no presence in the story either. Like, you would just complete a couple missions.
To his cutscenes. Yeah,
they'll just cut over to it. It's like, what he's not even bothered by what you're doing, and it's like he's just talking to his son, doing whatever. And it's like, this is so like boring and disconnected and bad. It's like, Jesus, this is like embarrassing. A better game developer could have weaved the story to have some sort of trade-off. Like, yeah, he knows how to do this thing and, cure cancer and whatnot. But he's also a bad person, so you got to take the good and the bad or something, or, like, I don't know, make a deal with him or something at the end to get the cancer drug. I don't even think the cancer drug worked in the end, I think was the idea. Which is lame, too. They put all these things forward, and then they forfeited every idea they had. And then the game ended, weird. And I was like, what? Yeah. What the fuck happened?
It ended, and your main character, Danny, he doesn't care about really what happened. He just he's like, okay, I'm a revolutionary for life. Let's go to Uganda. Okay, He didn't even give a shit about anything that transpired in this game, so I don't give a shit about it. So whatever. I guess it's just like
you just compare that to Far Cry 3. Like, the whole thing in Far Cry 3 is that you're a normal guy, you're thrown on the island, and then you become a monster at the end of it because you killed everyone, and then don't you, and spoilers for Far Cry 3, don't you, like, kill your girlfriend or something? It's something weird like that. Yeah. It's like a choice, or it's either leave or...
Yeah, they had choices in Far Cry, yeah.
Yeah,
in the past, they had choices. They don't do that now.
It was like, at least that was like a weighted decision, and you were like, oh, I didn't realize I was becoming a monster. Like, that was a cool thing. And this is just like, oh, whatever. I guess it's time to go start another revolution. It's like Just Cause now. Like, it's like it's all just so, it's levity. Oh, we're gonna do a revolution here, blah blah blah. It just doesn't work anymore in Far Cry. It's weird.
Remember that one? You had to like go after that fat bastard guy, and he was like that Canadian guy.
Yeah.
And the CIA guy said, hey, don't shoot this guy because we need his money. And we shot that bastard because he was a bad guy, right? Yeah. And there was no repercussions to that. It wasn't even brought up. We killed him.
Done.
Right, that's what I'm saying. It's like, okay, so that didn't matter? Well, I don't know. I guess not. It never came up. It didn't, like, have some conflict between the CIA guy and us. So, I guess maybe the game just marked him as alive forever, even if you shoot him. I really don't know. I don't fucking know. It's such a strange game. It's like a game where they know that story. I mean, Far Cry stories are never really works of art, but at least they make you think a little bit. At least the third one did, and the fourth, I don't know. I don't.
It was really only the third, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Flash in the pan.
This one's just like, here we have an idea, but we don't flush it out. We're not going to flush it out. We're just going to let you guys have fun on our shitty open world.
Last topic here. So I think we covered 6 pretty good. It's pretty bad. But where does Far Cry go? Does Ubisoft survive this? And where does Far Cry 7 go?
Dude, they're not... Wait, are they making a Far Cry 7?
Probably.
Because I was going to say, what they're going to do for the foreseeable future is just remaster old games that they have, because they need to boost their stock price. We're getting Black Flag, right? Remastered. I'm not playing that again.
Fuck no. I don't... No.
What am I going to play? I'm going to play that? So I'm going to play Assassin's Creed Black Flag. And then I'm going to play Black Ops 1 and Black Ops...
In 2026. You know,
I've done this before.
Yeah, exactly. I played these games before. At least Far Cry 6 wasn't Far Cry 3 remastered. You know, I'll give it that. Like, at least I played something slightly different. But, I don't know. I think if Far Cry 7 were to come out, I think they gotta go... Well, first off, I think they need to rebuild the game on a new engine or whatever you do. Upgrade the engine. Because it looked like crap. Needs to feel a little better. And then they need to go back to their roots and, like, go back to stealth. Get the skill trees in there. Improve the hunting mechanics. Actually make a good open world game versus just slapping all this random shit on the old framework. Go back. Make it work. See what you can do. Make it a little more detailed, too. Remember when, like, lighting shit on fire in Far Cry 3 was, like, a big deal? It's like, I could light that tree on fire. I could light the grass on fire. Give me some more sandbox tools for 7. Embrace that a little bit more. Have a little more fun with it than just junk on top of it. That's what I would say for 7. Go back to your roots. And then, yeah... Ubisoft doesn't, you know, I'm not buying I'm never going to buy a Ubisoft game day one. Every game that they put out is just the laziest piece of shit ever. It's just the drum beating from years ago. So,
yeah.
I don't know. Would you recommend Far Cry 6?
No, I wouldn't recommend it. It's just whatever. I mean, maybe you'll have a little bit of fun hitting people with cars and stuff like that, but just go play any other open world sandbox game or whatever. You have cars and can hit people, I guess. That was the most fun I had. Now I just want to play, like, I don't know. Is there any co-op games where you can just run people over?
Yeah, we'll find one. It's
like Schedule 1? Do you get cars in that?
I don't know. We'll have to try it out. I'm waiting for that game to come out 100%.
That was, like, literally, that was the most fun I had, was running down people on horses. I mean,
that's the memorable stuff.
But I admit that it sounds like crazy, but I liked just hitting people with cars because the physics was funny.
Yeah, it's just funny. It's sandbox stuff. You know, that's the thing that stands out, is that we had 2 tanks in the beginning and we were lighting stuff up, and that was a lot of fun. But that's the highlight. That's the fun of the game. But then you're just bogged down in the story missions where you're just like, it's the laziest mission design. It's like, I'm going from here to here. I'm going to shoot these guys. It's like, I want to go in a tank and shoot stuff. I want to blow shit up and have fun.
Burn the field, like in Far Cry 3 again.
Every single game, go with a Molotov cocktail and burn whatever drug field. It's like, give me something old new here. Just try something that's within the realm of Far Cry. It's a far cry from where it used to be.
You know, here's something that we can sign off on for Far Cry. Here, guys, let me know if you get this in the comments section below. Insanity is doing the exact same fucking thing over and over again, expecting shit to change. Am I right, guys?
You said the quote.
It's Far Cry. If you know what it is, hit us up in the comments section below.
It's like Ubisoft's crest.
Yeah. there's like an Assassin's Creed like crest, and then on the bottom, that's what it says.
Yeah, it's like they have posters.
Maybe we can make that.
They have posters of all their
Put it right
games
there.
up, and you see it underneath it. Oh, fuck you, Ubisoft.
Well,
Let's
that's
get
Far
outta
Cry
here.
6.
Bye.
Let's get out of here. I'm out of here. See you later.